Hello, you are warmly welcome to 90 Days Excel Skills Challenge. Today is day 47, and today we are looking at introduction to VLOOKUPs. We are trying to look at our data retrieval functions in Excel. How do we retrieve data from a master data set, and so on and so forth. You would agree with me that as a businesses environment begins to grow, different departments keeps their data on separate sheets or different systems. And so if you are working on combining data, it becomes easier for you to understand these data retrieval functions in Excel so that you can be able to pull records from a master data set. Let's just say that for example, we have a master data set that includes student names, and we need to be able to retrieve specific student records like fees payment, like their names, like their GPAs, like their class, and so on and so forth. How do we retrieve that? Today's lessons focus on how we can work with data retrieval, and many of the Excel users, data retrieval functions form almost about 60 to 70% of what we do on a daily basis. And so it's a very good function that we all go through to learn it today. So today we turn our attentions on the data retrieval, and we look at one specific function called VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP has been very instrumental in Excel using. If you have been using Excel for quite some time now, you would see that most of the times people talk about VLOOKUP. The VLOOKUP is just a household name for any Excel user, and today we are looking at it. So we'll be looking at the dichotomies of it. We'll look at the breakdown of the VLOOKUPs and some core concept mechanism before we go to see it in a practical term. So you need to first of all think of VLOOKUP like an index. I mean, index is something that you are going to set. If you have an institutional ID, for instance, and you have a master data, and then you are going to look for the information about the student. The VLOOKUPs locates that ID within the master data set and scans across to retrieve the corresponding student name. Maybe you are looking for name, you are looking for degree, program, you are looking for GPA, and so on and so forth, and bring them back to a cell that you have actually specified. If we can look at this, for instance, we can have a master data set here. And then our function is that when we enter a student number quickly, we can retrieve the student name, we can get the student program, we can get the GPA and the fee status without going to scan through the data ourselves. You cannot be having a huge data set like what we have here, and it becomes a difficult task for you to go through one looking for such information. But if you know how to use the VLOOKUPs, it becomes very easy, simple, straightforward for you to retrieve that information. Now, before we kickstart with the practicals, let's look at some concept. So to execute a flawless, maybe an error-free VLOOKUP, you must feed the engine with 4 key parameters, meaning the VLOOKUP actually depends on 4 key parameters, which you must familiarize yourself with to understand. The first one is, what are you searching for? So you must have a unique identifier that you are going to use to search for the information from the database, or a key, say student ID, say bank statement. In the bank statement, you can say check or transaction ID. And so if it is any form of ID, maybe customer ID, employee ID, any form of identifier that serves as a primary key or that serves as a unique key for you to go to the database and search. That's what you must first identify. Second, you must have a master data set, or what we call the table array, a table that contains the information that you want to retrieve. You must have it. And then which column contains the answer you want. So if I have the key let's say student ID, and I go to the table, which records or which column contains the specific information I'm looking for. If I take you back here, if I have the student ID, which is in the student ID column, and I get it, what specific columns contain the information I want to pick? Say maybe I want to put the student name. So once I go to find the student ID, the student name is on column 2 of this database. So that's what I'm talking about. So you must first of all identify the column number of the records you want to retrieve from the master database, counting from the key identifier or the unique identifier that you are using. So if it is the ID, we say 1, 2, and then we keep counting. If we want the fee status, it becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that is the column that contains the answer you are looking for. And then we also have what we call the approximate match or exact match. Approximate match means that the key identifier must find its approximate match. It must be the same. And normally we use the approximate match for unique numbers like IDs that we are going to use for the check numbers and so on and so forth. We also must look at exact match. If we do exact match, then we are looking at key IDs like that we are going to look for. Approximate match must be bonus calculations, must be tax calculations, figures that are working within ranges, so we can have an approximate match for it. So anytime you think of ranges in VLOOKUP, you are thinking of approximate match. And anytime you think about key IDs, then you are thinking, or unique identifiers, then you are thinking about exact match. And in Excel, the approximate match, the exact match is represented by false or 0, which we'll use to extract the exact match. And then the approximate match is also represented by number 1, the 1. So in Excel, true is 1, and then false is also recognized by 0. So we use that. Now let's quickly look at the syntax. So the syntax of the VLOOKUP is the lookup value, which is the key identifier I just spoke about. The table array is the master data that contains the records that you are going to look for. The column number is the number of the column that contains the answer you are looking for. And then the lookup range will be the exact match or the approximate match that you are looking for. Without wasting much time, we go back to the practicals and see how we can do our first lookup. But for the golden rule to work, VLOOKUP actually look from the left to the right constraint. So we demonstrate it in the practicals for you to see. Now that's VLOOKUP for you. Let's go to the practicals. So our assignment here is very simple. We want to be able to search for records for individual students that are coming. So in the master data, we have the student ID, we have the full name, we have the academic program, the GPA, as well as the fee status. We want to create a very simple search engine that when we put the student ID, we will get the student name pop up for us. We will get the person's program, get the current cumulative GPA, and then get the fee status, whether the person has paid fees or not. This can serve as a checker so that when you are dealing with multiple students coming back to you, you don't need to go to the database to do anything. You can just build something like this and you can use it to check. So let's look at it. We said this is how you can type the VLOOKUP and then you type VL. The V means vertical and then the lookup means we are going to retrieve the information. So the reason why we call it vertical is that the information we are retrieving are on the vertical line. So if it finds this ID, it will pull the name, the academic program, and all of them are arranged on a row, which is a vertical one. So we are doing a vertical lookup. That's we we are going to go through and do a vertical lookup. So from here, we move down, we move upwards. And if we are lookupping the information from the rows side, then you are doing what we call the horizontal lookup. But we are doing a vertical lookup, so we can move vertically in all the records that we have to be able to search for the specific information. So let's try our first one. So you can type the VLOOKUP, type the VL, and then the lookup will come, and select it. Now the lookup array is the key we are going to look for. So I have my key here, I select it, and then separate it with comma. And then I'll go to the database, which is the table array. And I make sure that I'll start the table from the key identifier. So the student ID, select all the tables, and then select all the tables. When you select the tables, then come with comma. Then the column index, we are looking for student name. So the column index is that we start counting from the ID, and when we get the column that contains the student name, we will pick it and then go and enter it there. So we start from 1 and 2. So here we have the full name of the student. So the answer we are looking for, which is the student name, is on the second column from the ID. So that is it. And this particular one, like I said, we are dealing with the ID. So we are dealing with exact match. And exact match, like I said, is false. And with false, you can select the false, or you can either type 0 over there. So this is the syntax for VLOOKUP. And once we hit enter, boom, it pulls the name of the student that owns this student ID. We can search, and then we can change the name. So here we have automated the search, and we are getting different names. Let's try that for the academic program. So we say VLOOKUP, type the VLOOKUP, pick it. The lookup value is the ID, comma, and then the lookup table array is the entire master table. So select everything, and then comma, and then the information we are looking for is academic program. So let's go and count. Academic program is 1, 2, and 3. So we know that the academic program is the third column, and then we are doing exact match. So we are typing 0, and then we hit close and hit it. Then we know that the Ifwa Boateng is doing B.Ed education. Now let's look at the GPA as such. We can also copy the same formula that we don't do again. Come and paste the formula that you have copied, and then just go and check the GPA column, and then you come here 1, 2, 3, 4. The GPA is 4. So the only thing you change is the column index, which is 3 here. You turn it to 4, you hit enter, and your GPA appears. So that's how you can also fast track your formula that you do. The last one that we do is to also type VLOOKUP, and then take our array, and then we go to the table. And if the table is not a proper table, you are going to drag for a number of students, then you need to lock the table array. So once you lock the table array, you can copy it down, and you get all of them. The column index for fees will obviously be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we enter 5, and then we are doing exact match. So it is 0, and then we close it and boom, enter. So that is how the VLOOKUP works. You can just look at the syntax of the VLOOKUP, and it's a very, very funny and straightforward way of doing it. So simple and straightforward. So here we can select it and do that. So for those of you that do not know, I use the drop down to pull all the IDs here so that I can be able to switch between. And so the drop down is just select the place you want to put the ID, go to your data tab, and then under data tools, click data validation, then select list, click the source, and go to your master table and pick all the IDs that you have. Click OK, and then you have a drop down also showing here. So that is how I used to do the drop down that I have here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of this video, an introduction to VLOOKUP. We're going to do more of it. so that you better understand the VLOOKUP. So today is the introduction. Tomorrow we'll continue with another topic within the VLOOKUP so that you get better understanding. Don't forget, this is 90 days Excel Skills Mastery Challenge, and today is day 47. Please like this channel and share with other friends to come and let us learn and grow together. You can also hit the bell so that when we post any video, you'll be the first person to see and watch it. Let's all learn together and grow together. Thank you very much for joining, and thank you very much for watching as well. Let's meet the next day as we explore the VLOOKUP or the retrievals functions in Excel. Thank you very much and goodbye.